Well, hello, model building fans. Hey, it's Brian, and you'll have to excuse the way I sound because it is a bad allergy day today. Usually it's just bad. Yeah, when you take a 24-hour tablet for allergies and then on top of that have to also take a nasal spray just so you can breathe, yeah, it's a bad day. Bad windy day, stuff's coming up from the south, and I guess that's not all stuff you guys need to know, but it is why I do sound all congested and gloopy. But let's move on to topics at hand because we want to talk about the general E or the generally speaking, of course. And then also shop cards. We got a shop card from our friend Tim over at Throttle Power. Love that card, my friend. That is a lot of fun. I like those intakes there. Those are frogmouth intakes, if I remember correctly. And I like the transparent fuel tubes. That's a lot of fun there. So thank you for the very kind words in the back, sir. And we are very happy to support your channel because it is indeed a good channel. And we will put your shop card into the binder of fame since we have a nice little collection of cards growing there. I used to have them hanging on my wall, and then I ran out of wall space, so I had to put them in a binder, which is great because if I ever need to get out of the house in a hurry, that's one of the things I'm taking. All right, so General E. Where are we at with this dude? We finally got a nice coat of orange on there that we're happy with. This is about 3 layers of orange. And this is the Tamiya Pure Orange color. I do not recall the number. I could guess, but that wouldn't be fair. So I suppose I could roll over to the other side of the room and take a look. But I'm feeling lazy today. But we got a nice shine on that. There is a little area of orange peel on the roof right there. We can see it in the center. But oh gee whiz, we're going to cover that with a decal. What would that decal be? I don't know, maybe a flag. We did do our wing windows. We got some foil on those, and after struggling with the foil on that, well, I was at a build session with some friends, and my buddy James Tester from Scale Model Experiment was watching me do this. He goes, I just do Molotow on those. Take it. Okay, fine. But I've been focusing on the rear window and the molding strips that are the embarkation line between the vinyl top on the original car. I think the original car was supposed to have a vinyl top. They ripped it off, but they left those moldings on there. So that's what we're emulating on this. We were watching an episode of KH Model Works. Our friend Kurt, he was talking about his generally build, and I think he just posted a final recently, but I was a little bit behind in my video. Dude, listen, guys, I am so far behind in my videos, I need to apologize right now because I'm watching stuff from Father's Day this year. So I'm trying to get caught up still, so don't hate me for that. But Kurt was working on his general, and he was talking about the wheels and tires that he was working with, and then he had a decal that he put on the engine that we'll talk about here in a second also. And I thought I was being super mega clever by doing this stuff. Turns out he already did it. So kudos to you, sir, for beating us to the punch on that. So the body's looking great. We did, let's see, we did a layer of gray primer because, in my opinion, gray primer is the little sister of the painting world because it will let you know all of your mistakes and stuff, and it will point them out very readily, just like a little sister would. I happen to know. Yeah, we did the gray primer on that, and we did 2 coats of white primer to build up some color, and so we could build up some color on that, and then we did 3 coats of the orange, and that's looking spiffy fine. Let's look at the interior real quick because I haven't shown that recently. And let's do a drill in here. Switching modes. There we go. Awesome. So the gauge decals are from a different kit because most of the decals from this particular kit were breaking up and disintegrating. So the gauge decals didn't come to fruition. I stole those out of someplace else. And then the smaller dials that we see up there, those are just painted in sort of half-assed. Some half-assery going on there. We did do some decals from what's one of those guys, Gopher. Some seat decals from Gopher for the harnesses. That's the word I'm trying to think of, harness. But they're designed for racing seats, so we kind of cheat a little bit, and I need to go back and slice off the little tags down there because those don't go no place. There we go. I decided to leave the kit roll bar in place. Originally, I had thought that it should go the other way around with this bar being behind the driver, but turns out that's not how the instructions wanted it in there, so I put it right. And then after I put it right, I recognized, that fire extinguisher would be really hard to get If you're the driver and you have to reach behind you to get it, so this way around seems to make a lot more sense. The only thing is that when Daisy hops in the back there, she's going to have to make friends with that fire extinguisher. Use your imagination. It's not that kind of channel. But you'll notice that there is a missing console there, or not there. Yeah, where that console's supposed to go. Well, that's because I did a really nice job of detailing the console. I was so happy about it. I went to go show it to Mrs. BG, and then she was very proud of what I had done. And then we went off to dinner. I stuck it in my pocket. I came home. I threw those pants in the wash. It's bad. So I just decided, you know what? When Bo, Luke, and Cooter were rebuilding the General from its original form, perhaps they just left that out because they're like, hey, this is a race car. We don't need to have that junk in there, or any burlwood appliques that go on the dashboards, or whatever. So we're just going to keep it nice and simple, and that's kind of the direction that I'm going with this. All right, so I apologize for the lengthy show and tell that we're doing here, but we do have a lot to cover. Wheels and tires are next. So we got some resin wheels off eBay. I've been told that they're not correct. I don't care. They have the right pattern. They have the right number of spokes. It's a similar thing. And there are a lot of pictures out there on Google Images of General Lee's that don't have the exact right wheels, but they have the flavor of it. So I'm pretty happy about that. On these guys here, they were so thin on the back, we were able to sand through so we can actually have, ooh, look, it's a window. But yeah, it's kind of nice looking. I lost track of that there. Allergy meds, you gotta love them. So what we did was we did them in flat black, and then we went back over and did them in German gray. And now we're going to go back over them and do the spokes with a nice Sharpie. We did try doing Sharpie around the rim, but I don't like how that looks. Didn't come out well. We're going to lightly sand that and then try masking and painting those with like a metallic silver or something like that to try and get more of an aluminum flavor. But yeah, they're actually pretty nice. Now, where did I get them? Again, it's eBay. I don't remember who I got them from. It was a private seller. I think he was doing this himself. They're not molded too badly. They didn't fit the wheel and tires that came with the Pro Modeler kit. In the Pro Modeler kit's defense, I did get that on eBay also, and it was missing a lot of stuff. So the tires in there might not have been the originals. So I ended up stealing some tires out of the MPC Country Charger kit, which is the General Lee kit, but from the alternate universe, Earth 2, I guess. And those wheels and tires fit perfectly together. So we're going with those. I'm not building the Country Charger as anything other than probably just a cheap knockoff of a Charger kit. So we'll address that in the future. Speaking of future, let's take a look at the chassis. That has nothing to do with each other, but I just thought I'd add that in. I am doing an aftermarket wiring kit. This was from I think this is a Gopher, actually. This is a Gopher kit. And I painted the distributor a rusty brown. I thought that would look cool. And then drilled our holes for our wiring and all that stuff. And I went underneath instead of over the top because there wasn't much room there. I didn't want the wire draping over the exhaust manifolds. So I thought I would go underneath like that. And I think that looks pretty spiffy like that. What we did do that Kurt had also had the brainwave on was we added a Wix decal, and but we printed out our own. We just did a Google image search, stole the image, no copyright, and then printed out our own. I printed out several on a sheet so I can have a bunch of Wix filters until the cows come home, and I like that. And also the reason why I did that on mine was because that particular bit there is hiding a crime. The oil filter, but the paint didn't come out right on there. But here is our tail panel, and we need to do some dry brushing on that RT bit, but we got the black masked off on there. Oh man, it looks cool. You need to do the lenses on there, and then we're moving on. So we're getting very, very close. What's holding us all up is the bare metal foil on the body and any little body detail work we want to do. We want to do some darkening of the grill right through there. And once we get the body done, we can put the windows in and the interior in, and then everything like falls into place from there. But in the meantime, we've been doing a lot of dry fitting of this kit, and I haven't any complaints as yet for the fitment of the kit. So kudos to you guys, Pro Modeler / Revell / Monogram. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Bye now.